let's get into our next topic. We're doing something new here, and this took a lot of work. We're doing our All-Star draft because the All-Stars, the final player pool was released, and here it is. A lot of players, 22 players to choose from, including 24, including Giannis and LeBron, who were each starters this year. The stars next to them, if you're watching this on YouTube, are the starters that you could pick from. And we decided, or at least I decided, why don't we take up, you're Giannis, I'm LeBron this year, and let's do our own draft, because they're gonna do a live draft on the All-Star game, I think a couple hours beforehand, or even minutes beforehand, who knows. And then you could choose East or West, no matter which conference you're from. So Giannis can choose Curry, he can choose Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You could choose all these players. You could swap divisions, swap conferences, instead of having only an Eastern team and only a Western team. It's actually quite an interesting all-star concept, because the first 3 quarters, just a little breakdown of how this game's going to work in case you don't know. Based on what I read and what I understand, it's going to be a 4-quarter game, but the first 3 quarters are each going to start at 0-0, and they're going to play 12 minutes. In the 4th quarter, they're going to take the cumulative of each quarter and then combine it and add 24 to whoever the highest scoring team is, and that's going to be the point total to get to in the 4th quarter. It's a timeless 4th quarter. It's only about getting to that specific scoring point. So, for instance, there's an example. If, let's say, you're Giannis, I'm LeBron, I'm at 100 points, you're at 95 at the beginning of the 4th quarter. A timeless 4th quarter, I have to get to 124, you have to get to 124. I have to only score 24, you score 29 points. Whoever gets to 124 first wins the All-Star game.
That's an interesting concept. I think it just adds to the fact that no defense played in an All-Star game. There's going to be 0 defense here.
That's these All-Star games.
This is all about shooting the ball and a lot of threes. They're going to be a ton of threes, raining threes.
Hey, it could be like a 200 to 198 game. Who knows? Who knows? But let's get into it, because I decided to pick who I wanted to be my captain first. I allowed you to get the first pick in the draft. So let's get into it. Let's begin let's start with who you picked. You picked LeBron. You picked Team LeBron, right? So my first pick is LeBron James.
Yeah, you took LeBron, and I took Giannis. I think I have the upper hand there on the talent side.
I'll give that to you.
Because Giannis is younger, and he's a more dominant force right now. But I would say on the leadership side, you probably won with LeBron.
Yeah.
So the players are going to play hard for him.
Yeah.
So so there's a plus and a minus there, but I was happy to be able to get Giannis.
I will say, because I actually got the draft wrong, I thought the starters were going to stay East and West, and then you would pick from the other player. I thought you picked the reserves for the draft. I got that wrong. So actually, in large part, the reason why I even picked LeBron was because it had Curry, Doncic, Zion, and Nikola Jokic. That was a much more dominant team, I think, than some of the players on the original team that I thought. But your head coach, and this is another part why I gave you the Eastern team, your coach is the Celtics coach, Joe Mazzulla.
Yeah.
I have the Denver Nuggets head coach in Michael Malone. Mm-hmm. So let's get into it. The first pick.
I wonder how they picked those guys to be the leaders.
They're the leaders in each of the conferences.
Leaders in the conferences, yeah.
With the first pick in the 2023 All-Star Game, Team Giannis selects
Jason Tatum.
Bingo. Why'd you pick Tatum at number 1 over whoever else is there?
I'm a Celtics
fan. There you go. With the second pick in round 1, I got Luka. Do I have it up here? I got Luka Doncic, I believe I have. Here we go. I guess, and you get Nikola Jokic. I don't know why. I guess that.
How's that happen?
I don't know. I guess I screwed that. But there we go. We have round 2. You pick Nikola Jokic.
Yeah. I like my size up front now. I get a lot of power.
Yeah, you do.
And I like the way that Nikola is able to both handle the ball and distribute it and shoot and get rebounds. So I think he's a great player. I'm happy. I
think that is actually a pretty scary lineup, at least down low. But let's go with the next pick in the draft. What's it? The round 2 pick number 2. I got Stephen Curry. I got 2 tremendous shooters on my team. Luka is going for the MVP right now with Embiid, with Jokic. I got LeBron. I got Curry, the greatest 3-point shooter, the greatest shooter of all time. I'm pretty happy with that pick.
Yeah.
Round 3, the first pick in round 3.
I counted that with Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
He's having a great season. Got the Cavs playing much better ball than they have in the past. I think he's going to have a great game.
That's a pretty good pickup. For my round 3 pick, I got Kevin Durant. Or I guess Zion now. I got this wrong. Yeah, Zion, my bad. Yeah, now you know my next pick, Kevin Durant. Zion, supposedly he's getting reevaluated in a week or 2.
I think that's a risky pick because he may not even play.
He may not even play, but you know what? When he plays, he's a very, very dominant low man.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if he comes back, how good he actually does, because down low, he's a beast. It's just his weight, so he has leg injuries. He needs to lighten up a little bit, and I think he'll stay healthier. So your pick for round 4, I already gave mine away.
Yeah,
but
well, I don't like this player, but I think he'll have a fantastic game because he's all about himself, Kyrie Irving. Yeah.
And of course, I already said it. I got Kevin Durant. So these are our starters right now. I got Curry, Luka, KD, LeBron, and Zion. With you got Kyrie, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Nikola Jokic.
I would say you maybe beat me in the back court a little bit, but I got you in the front court.
I don't know. KD's better than Tatum right now, but Giannis is better than LeBron.
He hasn't played in 2 weeks, right? He's been hurt, and Zion hasn't played.
No. Looking at this, even if KD does play, he's better than Jason Tatum. You still beat me 2-1 anyway, because Giannis right now is better than LeBron, and then Nikola Jokic is better than Zion.
The front court, I think, is better than the back, and you have the strength better in the back court.
And right now, the NBA is about backcourt. It ain't about those.
Well, in this game, it's going to be about raining threes. So I think maybe you might have a little bit of an upper hand there.
All right, let's microphone die a little bit. Let's go with the next one. Our reserves. You get the first pick. Round number 5. Who's your first pick in round number 5?
Sabonis.
Domantas Sabonis. Why'd you decide to pick him?
Again, I've got power up front. I like the power up front. I think he's. I've seen him play in person. I'm pretty impressed with him, and I'm not sure why the Pacers ever traded him to the Kings, but they probably regret it now. They don't have any players on the team, so I think he'll have a good game. Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go with this guy, but I got Joel Embiid. He should be the leader for MVP right now. Right now, when Nikola Jokic versus Embiid, they played, Embiid dropped, I think, 47 on him. So I got Embiid as my first reserve. Once again, he got snubbed this year as an all-star starter. I mean, you have 2 players on my team who are all-star stars that are hurt right now. They're not even playing.
Yeah. Well,
so
you could swap Embiid in there for
KD
or Zion,
KD.
right?
Well, no, Zion's I could.
You do that, and then your front court's looking stronger.
Yeah, I would say so, but I got to stick with the fact that Embiid is technically a reserve.
Yeah.
Round number 6, your first pick is
DeMar DeRozan.
That's a pretty good pickup right there.
I love that picture with it. Looks like he's got bull horns coming out of his head. Yeah, he's a great player. I love him penetrating to the basket, and he can also shoot the 3. So I think he'll have a very good game.
Yeah, I looked at it right now. You actually thought that there was a chance he could be a starter. You wrote that down. I don't have the date for that show, but
I'm surprised the Knicks didn't try to go out and get him. Why they didn't try to go get him is beyond me. Right?
That's
he wound up in Detroit, right? Isn't that where he plays?
The Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago. I'm sorry, the Bulls. I should,
Bullhorn. He went to the Spurs before that.
Yeah, that's right.
My pick would be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's had a pretty good year. He's averaging I could bring it up, but I think he's averaging about, I want to say, near 30 points or over 30 points. He's averaging 30.8 points, about 6 assists and 5 rebounds a game. For a point guard, for a point guard of his caliber at such a young age, at 24, extremely impressive. So I picked him up. Round 7, pick number 1 is
Bam Adebayo.
I'm surprised you got the Heat Celtics going on right now.
Yeah, I like Bam. I think he's a really motivated player. He tries hard. He's got a decent outside shot. Can drive to the hoop, dunk it. Yeah. My strategy here is with these big guys is to get down low and have the higher percentage shot and let the other guys rain those threes. The percentages are not going to be.
And hope they miss?
Yeah, and hope they miss. And hope the percentage is under 40%, you know?
It may be.
Yeah, but we'll see. I don't think it's going to be because the defense, there's not going to be any defense in this game.
Bam is averaging 21 and 10 this year. But don't expect Bam to drop any threes because he's averaging a total of 10% from three.
Yeah,
this
but
year.
his intermediate shot's pretty good.
Yeah, no, he's shooting 54% this year, so it's actually a pretty good pickup. But apparently, I love my guards because my pick is Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard, Dame time. It's Dame time. Recently, he's been on an absolute tear, averaging 42 points a game. Since I believe it was Pat Beverly, I think, who mocked his Dame time motion. So right now, Damian Lillard's on a tear. So he's my round 7 number 2 pick.
Yeah.
Let's go into round 8. Your first pick for round 8 is
Jaylen Brown.
Celtics. That makes sense.
Yeah, he can shoot the 3.
Yeah,
and he's on the team that I love, so I picked him.
I think I could have actually gotten him much earlier than that. He's averaging 27 and 7, so it's very, very impressive. But my round 8 is someone who I made sort of an argument for, who's quietly dropping 20 and 10, and that's Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, there's a chance he could have been a starter. It's very, very difficult, though, to top players like Curry and Luka.
Doesn't have the name recognition yet.
Right. And that's the thing. It was 50% fan vote, and so you got to be popular to make that. I mean, all these players are, uber popular. So there you go. Tyrese Halliburton, round 8, pick number 2. Let's move to round 9. Pick numero uno for you is
Jaren Jackson.
Great defensive player.
Yeah.
So
I don't think there's going to be much defense, but maybe he'll play a little bit.
There's a rumor going out that they're boosting his blocks because he's averaging 3.3 blocks a game this year. So there's a little bit of a conspiracy going around about him. He's 23 years old, averaging 3 blocks a game, about 16 and a half points a game, almost 7 rebounds. Great defensive player, but like you said, I don't think there's much defense going on in this. Here's the thing with these All-Star games. They used to be like respectable games about representing your conference. Now it's just, let's have a good time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not more of a fan service than anything else.
They shaking hands and high-fiving each other from the other team out there. It's just having fun.
Yeah. So, I mean...
which I guess is okay, but to me, I would like to see them, East against West.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I just hope the NBA All-Star game...
This isn't even East against West now. They're all set up. It's more LeBron against Giannis.
It's sort of like backyard basketball.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is. But I just hope the NBA All-Star game doesn't go to the level of the NFL Pro Bowl, because at that point they weren't even playing.
Yeah, I know. I don't think that won't happen here.
I hope it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because that was, you talk about embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
I mean, driving the lane in the All-Star game, there won't be anybody there to block it. You can dunk it, probably.
Yeah. Let's continue, though. My round 9 from the great state of New York, I got Julius Randle. I like Julius Randle. He's a little bit more consistent this year, which is what a lot of my friends that are Knicks fans were hoping for, a little bit more consistency from Julius Randle, and he's been given that, and he deserves this all. I mean, you could honestly, I was gonna say you can make an argument for him being a starter, but I'm not too sure about that. But he's having one hell of a year, so I got Julius Randle in my round 9 pick. Let's move into round 10. Pick number 1 is
Paul George.
It's a decent pickup.
Yeah, again, he's got the muscle, and he's got a good outside shot. So
yeah,
he's having a good year. And he's had many good years. Been on the All-Star team a number of times, so
knows
what he's doing.
23, 6, and 1. Shooting almost 40% from 3, which is very, very impressive. But my next pick is Lauri Markkanen. I hope I get his name right, for the Utah Jazz. He's been a surprising player. He got traded I believe, in that Donovan Mitchell trade. And, I mean, I thought the Jazz were just going for, because they got rid of Rudy Gobert. Then they got rid of Spider. Or Spida, I guess you would say. And I thought they were going to be tanking, but the Jazz are actually not. They're a respectable team right now. They're right now 10th, so they're still in the play-in tournament. But Markkanen was a part of that trade. He made an all-star team on a team that I thought was going to be tanking this year. So quite impressive. And in the last round of our all-star draft,
I can't believe Ja Morant is still available, but I got him.
Yeah. I guess the reason why is because I put him near the end of our picks. So I don't know. I'll let this one slide. It's a really good pickup for you though.
Yeah.
Really, really good pickup. And I finished it out with Drew Holiday to round out my all-star team. I don't know. I think if we're taking a look at this, if we break it down, I think my team's better than yours.
You do?
I think so.
I don't know. I think that you got a lot of good players. I just think it's the players that are hot on Sunday that are going to make the difference. And all these guys can make a big difference in a game. They're all great players. So it will be fun to watch. And it will be interesting to see what the picks are for Giannis and LeBron, the actual picks, right? And how different their teams will look from ours.
Yeah. LeBron, take notes. This is the team you want to go for. Don't take Giannis's team. No, bad team. I think I got you beat here. I do think I got you beat here. Do we have any more? Yeah, and then we're just back to the All-Stars. It's a pretty good All-Star player pool this year. I think there were a couple snubs. James Harden, I think, got snubbed. I think if you have Zion up here, I think technically then Anthony Davis got snubbed too. Because Anthony Davis has
been hurt.
I think
but so is Zion.
But I think the crazy part about it is while Anthony Davis has been hurt, I think he still has, only 12 less minutes than Jaren Jackson. Think about that. He got hurt. He's played, 30 games out of the 40-something or maybe. Yeah. And he's played almost as much as Jaren Jackson, and he's in the All-Star game. So he was another snub, and I'm sure there are a couple others that I can't think off the top of my head that are snubs. But there's a few players here that I'm like, really? But, I think all in all, I think it's a pretty decent All-Star team. Actually, it's a pretty good All-Star roster.